Sandra, for Sandra, should you be looking for a new job, we're going to go into a full reading, excuse me, let's say mini reading for $30. That's what we're doing for Sandra and the job. Now let me see which deck that we're definitely getting pulled to the Steampunk Tarot. That's where we're going to go. I'm going to aim the camera and the iPad down so we can see the Steampunk Tarot is wanting to come through for you. So that's what we got, Sandra. So, okay, let's look. Let's look. Hopefully this is going to be recording well. Steampunk Tarot for Sandra. Should you be looking for a new job? What is with the disgruntage? There's a lot of disgruntage. It's been a long time disgruntled. It's something about the job. And I don't know if that's something about the job or something about your nature. And that's not me being pissy. It's just you are one that seeks to improve, likes to improve, and is always going to seek to find new ways to do things. Not every company is going to be really thrilled about you trying to reinvent the wheel or redo whatever is their politics. This is showing you up on the parapet, looking at the world in your hands and looking about what's beyond. What's the challenge here? There is an ending coming. This would suggest that perhaps, yes, you should. There's a transformation coming. Let's look a little deeper now. I want to do it in the Australian 10 layout, so we're going to do that. This is the crux of the problem. These flew out, so let's see what's going on. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yes? Okay. Straight up. This doesn't even take very much long to see, but yeah, I would be looking for a different kind of job. I really would. The big reward is what you're looking for. The sun on it is the challenge. You're not finding as much abundance as you want to find in your current job energy going on. What we have here in the position of you now in the atmosphere, energy around you, Queen of Cups, looking back on something that you've lost, your hopes and desires and dreams, also very, very aware and reflecting on this. In the energy of now, this is like a tricky negotiation. This is sometimes adding insult to injury. Are you gaining anything by staying is the question. Before you just exit stage right and tell the boss, fuck off, you need to know what's going on. What are you gaining by staying? You may need to renegotiate your terms of being there, and it might feel completely different, but it feels like this Emperor here, this one is feeling like under someone's thumb or under someone else's terms, and you're not loving it. Now, the Emperor is a tricky card because he's the one that sets up the rules. He's the one that sets up the regulations, the terms, everything. Protect and provide for the realm. But this does not feel like you. It feels like you're conscious. This feels like the boss man, right? And it feels like you're trying to renegotiate with the boss currently. And I don't know if you're going to be able to get a term that you like. So should you be looking? I would be. Just based on this, the energetic field, boom, so far. Yes, I would be. The choice of the heart is what's in the subconscious. This is the desire of the heart, being true to what your heart's desire is and moving forward. This is huge, huge, huge. Hey there, Zuki, I see you. That is my sister from another mister and my bestie and helps me decorate. So you guys, and she does boudoir photos. So get in touch with her if you want some boudoir photos and you want to look sexy as hell. All right, back to in here. Sorry. Queen of Cups we mentioned. Heart's desire here. The path here. You're going to have to make a choice. The choice point subconsciously, you've been steeping in it for a long time. If you saw it in traditional Celtic cross, it's the one that's sitting below or that you're sitting in. This is the tea you're steeped in for a while. This choosing, this choosing. There has been some disappointment in the coinage of this job, of how it's produced. It's like the garden you thought would be more bountiful, or the job that you thought would be perhaps bringing more pleasure down the line or bringing more joy to you, more reward to you. It just does. There's some disappointment tinged in the recent past. Knight of Swords, hopes and fears. Do I dare? Do I dare? Do I dare go forward? Am I ready to go forward? What if I go out in this? What if I get it wrong? Now, this is the one that goes in their own integrity, has to honor that, and charges forward, sometimes a little recklessly, like ready to just go. I would give an opportunity for renegotiation in the space that you're at and see if that is going to be satisfying enough. If it is not, I would probably move on. Near future, universe is trying to reward you. How exactly we can look at that and clarify, because I want to see, I want to get snoopy on this. And then Page of Wands, putting a new message out there, new communication out there. Let's look. We're going to get same deck, second deck. You see the edges are different size even on this one. Same deck though. Let's see what's going on. The Six of Pentacles. Is this new reward from new job? Is this what we're seeing here? It just feels so strongly that you should be looking at the new job. It just feels that way to me. You trust your higher self over me or any other tarot reader. Always, always, always. But it feels like you should be looking for a new job. What just shot out of there? This one. Same as this one. Subconsciously. This is the choice, the path and the choice. I'm following the heart's desire. Following the lover's path or following the heart's desire. And this is a choice. You're at the choice point. You're not going to get it wrong. I think perhaps staying is going to feel like slow, death a million paper cuts. Let's see what's going else on. Page of Wands. Anything else you need to announce? You need to give yourself an adequate time frame is what I'm getting here. An adequate time frame. It doesn't mean you have to stay there forever and ever, but you need an adequate time frame to deal with on this. Absolutely you do. Right here, this is saying adequate time frame right here. Page of Wands is making the announcement. He's not charging ahead on the horse. This one wants to. You don't want to be reckless. You want to take into consideration variables, factors, how it affects family, how it affects friendships, relationships. You need a reprieve from something there. This is something where you need to retreat, really go within, and you need more time to take care of yourself going on right here. This is withdrawing, 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 with retreat, retreat, retreat. I don't think you can stay where you're at and keep loving it at all. Not at all. Anything else? The work. Retreat from whatever this work is, and the new choice is here. Yeah, the answer to me is very, very clear. Should you be looking for a new job? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I would say absolutely. Yes, look for the new job. Does that mean for sure you'll change it? Or that the negotiation that you want to make with boss man's going to go badly? Maybe if they know you're looking, or if somebody's calling for references, it actually will act in your favor. You're going to have to make your own decision on when and what. But it's something that you are good at, that second nature to you is coming through very, very strongly. And should you be looking for the new job? Straight up, I'm getting a yeah. Yeah, you should. So this part, this is saying, take the baby steps. Compare what's in your hand right now, what you want on the horizon. You're making a plan, making a plan. Take the baby steps, move forward. Get down from the big vantage point and go looking. Yeah, you should be looking. That's complete. That's just straight up boom. That didn't have a lot of confusion or muddiness in it at all. The hesitation isn't even in there. You didn't get the Page of Coins. You got the Page of Wands, the one that's like, party, let's go, let's go, let's go. Page of Coins will be a little bit reluctant to take the lead. No, you're past that stage already. You're already past that shit. You're moving on. Part of you has already decided this is what you want to do. So if this is more of a confirmation, it would make sense to me. More of a confirmation of what you want to do or know you should be doing. Yeah, that's what I got. All right, I'm going to get a little water. And then we have Sweet that sent me something. So that's what's coming through for a past life for Sweet. So if you tell me your first name, that will help me look. But I will check that and see if it came through on the actual payment. But it's just saying Sweet. So 1 second. You're welcome, Sandra. Good morning, Chad. Good morning. All right. So we're going to see what this says and see if it will tell me. It looks like Caitlin. That's what I'm going to go off of. If that's correct, then we're going to go into Caitlin's past life next, okay? So that's what we're doing next. Ooh, okay. All right. So you guys will see right here, past life cards. This is a whole brew of them that I like. And then this is some others that I like. So give me a second. These ones are calling. Oh, my God. Okay. These ones are calling. Wow. Okay. We're going to get one more. Okay. Yes. Anything else? I don't think that they've ever come through. So like, not in here. Anything here? Yeah. These ones are to the side today. I don't know why they are, but they are. Hang on. Oh, there it is. Sometimes I see the cards and it is like the letters pop a little louder. I don't know what this is about. Oh, yes, I do. We're getting May, December all over the place. Yes, I do. Oh, my God. Okay, hang on. I'm sure you want to know what I'm seeing. You're going to die. You're going to just, well, you probably won't die, but you're going to be surprised as hell. All right, hang on 1 second. I didn't know these were going to be good. Oh, all kinds of surprises. Caitlin, this is a really crazy one coming through for you. There's certain sets that I like for past life cards that I kind of tend to favor, and you're going to ones that I don't usually favor. You're also going to ones that are new, like this is the Red Fairy Tarot. The card that came in, and this is what came in. The Madam card came in, the Chef card comes up, and the Bartender card comes up. And it unfolds so quick, so quick. It's very much you are a moneyed woman, a woman who has inherited money, but you're single and you're single in the world. You're a moneyed woman. You're single in the world. You're on your own. There is a chef. There is somebody that's coming in. Very much somebody that can serve, that can help, somebody that can provide stability. I'm getting the word stewardship, guardianship over you. Somebody that can help It's so unfair, but this is what's coming through. It feels like it's legitimized what is going on in your money situation. It helped act as a guard. Now, this bartender, this comes in as kind of Rico Suave a little bit. I don't know if that's the right term. Comes in as very suave. This is the heat in the sheets. This is not the heat in the sheets. And this is you lost in the middle. And this is you as the madam. The advantage of being the madam in this past life, you had the self-employment to some degree. You had admiration and beautiful good looks. It's also showing that you had the challenge of toxic relationships and breaking free of the male pattern relationships that are a little bit challenging. You knew, I'm trying to say this and not get banned, so give me a minute. You knew how to leverage your goodies. That's what I'm saying. You knew how to leverage your goodies. You knew your worth. You knew what was going on. You knew how to leverage your goodies. You know what you would accept, what you would take, who you deal with, who you wouldn't deal with. You were selective in who you chose to deal with or not deal with. What else? Do we have a time frame? Often when I get the Madam card, it will take me to Italy. It doesn't feel like Italy. Are we in France or Spain? Do we know? Do we know? Okay, show me more about what's going on for her. I'm going to tip this down so we can see. Queen of Pentacles, a moneyed woman. Yeah, absolutely. That's coming through. You knew how to handle your money. We're in Spain. We're in Spain. Things are more ornate. Things are more delicious. Things are a little more flavorful, a little more zesty. We're in Spain. These cards don't say this to me. This is when it's like really... This is the Queen of Coins coming through. It's not reading through like Queen of Coins. It's reading through like Spanish. Queen of Coins. Yeah, she's the moneyed woman. Spain is what's coming through. Now, this isn't coming through as your wedding. This is coming through as a wedding for this one, the bartender guy. So this is Rico Suave. Somebody that knows how to... This is somebody that moved... Yes, this is somebody that moved like barrels, casks of wine, moved liquid libations. Yes, in that regard, yes. However, I don't think he only tended bar. I think he was deliverer of alcohol to many places. Feels like he had the inn. He was not high up in the owner of like the vineyard or the winery or anything like that, but he had the ability to move it. He was high enough in managing the distribution of this. This is what I'm getting. And this is his wedding coming in. This vexed you. This pissed you off. It pissed you off. Basically, this pisses you off because you feel strong soul connection with this one. He isn't just the run-of-the-mill, hello, have fun. He is heat in the sheets. He is sensational, but he is somebody that offers more than just a fun time to you. This is somebody that delights your soul, delights your mind. This guy is sharp up here. Business-wise, you're sharp up here. The Queen of Coins coming in, sharp up here. You have the strength to stand your own. You'll never, ever, ever in this lifetime, you would never, ever, ever, ever want to be the woman in this dress. You would never, ever, ever want to be the married woman. You would never want that curse on you. That's how you feel about it. You've had enough of dealing with that. You know, sometimes even in modern times, the women like in their 80s or 90s, they'll have people hitting on them. And they'll be like, okay, the old men will want somebody to take care of them. And it's like the old women are like, yeah, no, I'm over it. Done with that. Sorry, I don't need the hassle. That's the energy coming through. You have the strength to do things independently. You're well set enough. It feels like this one sets up as a guardian to you. This one legitimizes things. This one might be a paper binding. A paper binding. It's not the traditional, it's not the union like this one. Yeah. This one comes in, it's almost like, you know, before women had the rights to hold land and blah, blah, blah. So if they would marry again, or if they would be married again, it would be duty, obligation, legality. So if there is a paper binding on this one, you don't want the fairy tale, blah, blah, blah. You don't buy into that in that particular life. You just don't believe it anymore in that particular life. The madam has things to do. She's too pragmatic. She knows what she needs to get done. She knows what she wants to charge and to whom and to how. 3 of Cups celebration. She definitely likes that bartender guy. She definitely likes that. This guy probably met. Yeah. I don't want to say probably. I want to see it. Show me what I'm seeing here. Show me here so I can show them, please. Absolutely. Okay. What we're seeing here. Queen of Cups coming in. Again, the Madam, this is her. This is the one that you feel so connected to. This is who he's marrying. You don't want that kind of thing with that person at all. It doesn't appeal. It's not attractive. You would rather have the death, rather end. You're done with that kind of owing. The relationship is still strong there, and it doesn't even matter the external players. Your relationship with this person is strong enough. It doesn't matter what labels you want to put on or rip off of it. There's a strong connection here. It's strong, strong, strong connection. Strong connection beyond this, beyond death, beyond anything. It goes on, it goes on, it goes on. It's like he would bring the wine, the goods, the drinks to the place that is your brothel, so to speak, your place of business. He would bring the supplies for whatever it is, the wine, the drinks. He brings the drinks. It's why he comes up as bartender. He's more supplier than tender. You're the one that's managing your own independent business. This one stands by like a bodyguard stance, guardian stance. Not so much the heat and the sheets relationship going on here. Page of Wands, this huge, huge energy coming forward. What is this about? Yeah. This is fiery, fiery, fiery. This is coming through. It's Five of Wands in the battle, in the fight, but it's coming through with Page of Wands energy messaging moving forward. We've got the Star and the Four of Cups. There is an offer made. What is this offer about? Bartender made the offer to you, wanted to sweep you off your feet. You told him no, you told him no, you told him no. Before this went down, bartender made the offer to the woman of the money, and you told him no, you told him no, you told him no. You turned him down. You don't want that convention. You do not like the convention at all. That'll be a carryover into this life. You won't like the convention at all. It might be that you like a committed relationship. You might like even the fairy tale, but a lot of ways that you do relationships in your modern life will be unconventional. You don't like people putting restrictions on how a relationship should be. Like, you would not be happy living in the 1950s world where the little housewife baked everything and served everything on a hot plate to the husband. No. Trad wife wouldn't be something that you would be content in very long. You might can play the game, but you don't love it. This is what's coming through. This is the energy coming through. You want to be more in this space where you operate in a more serious manner in and among the world. You want the limitations bust off of you. Defying tradition comes through because of your work. Your work will always defy tradition. What I'm getting is how you know to leverage the goodies in this past life has not changed. It doesn't mean you're a madam in this life. It means your smarts, your business acumen, the way you know how to leverage your goodies, your worth, your value, what you value is going to defy convention. So if somebody said you came from a family of all school teachers and you're going to grow up and be a school teacher, because all the women in our family grow up and be school teachers, or you're going to just grow up and be a mommy and that's all you've ever wanted to do, it's all you ever could have hoped for. You're like, yeah, I think not. I think I'm going to be, a world traveler, or I'm going to be whatever, a race car driver. It doesn't matter. You're going to defy the convention that is slated to you. You're not going to love that. That's going to carry over through, and that's not going to change. That's not in your wiring to be told what it is you will do for your life purpose by someone else. You will come to find it. You will come to own it. You will come to do what it is you want to do in that thing, and you will come to determine what rate, what pace, what price. You know this, and you will do it differently. You will walk the halls differently. Now, this is very interesting when we have this come up. There is some people, in Carolyn Misbeck, she talks about how everybody has the archetype of the prostitute or their sellout point within them. And you flat out got the madam card. You didn't get just the prostitute. You got the madam. She's the one that runs the girls. She's the one that understands what she needs to do, even if it's unsavory. This is something that in our modern era, we look upon a little bit differently than they would have 200 years ago, right? But you know what you need to do to get the job done, and you know that you need to take charge of things. And this is wired in you. It might come through in a different element, in a different venue, life after life after life, but you being in charge of what your worth is and not having somebody dictate it to you, somebody dictating that to you or dictating the role to you will never sit right with you. It will never be able to sit right with you. It never has. It never has even before this past life. If we yes. Okay, we're going to jump back to, so we're going to go previous. You're getting a little bit of double yolk, like if you crack an egg and there's two yolks in it, that's what we're getting in here. I want to go back Yes. Okay. Where are they? Hang on. We're going into these ones, past life cards. These are a different set of past life cards. I want to know what you did 2 lives prior to this Madam Life. And I don't know why I want to know it, but I want to know it because I think it's relevant. I don't know what we're going to see, but that's why I want to know it. It's got to be relevant. Of course it would be. There needs to be forgiveness in something. You've got a little bit of Native American touch going to, this is saying Native American. So this is saying before this. So if this were coming up in maybe 1500s here, this would be maybe 1200s here. We're going back further. There's a lesson of forgiveness. This is why that you were stubbornly. There's a way that things were stubbornly traded, a way that things were exchanged, the way the value in the exchange was done required a huge amount of forgiveness. And this was prior to that. Anything else that we need to know? Why this? It feels like 2 jumps prior was what created the hardwiring that you're experiencing in the Madam Life and in the life now. This is the lessons. These are the expansions. These are the soul growth lessons. You had to make choices for yourself on your own. Orphan energies coming up. This is where you are on your own. It's like the parents weren't around to take care of you. So something perhaps went awry. Forgiveness needed to be applied to the situation because something else went awry, okay? And this feels like this was the energy, the space, the time. This is coming through Native American. When it comes through Native American, it might not be strictly like USA American. It could be Inuit. It could be Native that way. You went to a different household, different home life, and things were not of your choosing. That's the plainest way I can say it. It led you to decide that everything would be of your choosing thereafter. So forgiveness needed to be applied in that life to move forward, and in the life that you came in later, this one, things were on your terms, things were on your choosing. This is why. And it's why in this life going forward, things are on your choosing, things are on your terms. You will have it on your terms. Not on someone else's to choose power over you. All right? This is why. It is a power dynamic that was screwy way back that you helped stabilize and you continue to help stabilize. Now back to where we are here. Back into the Madam's time frame. Thank you. I got that answer for that. Okay, let's go. Very independent woman. Oh. Independent woman who takes care of her own priorities, covers her own ass, who will not be robbed. And she definitely is sending this one out. This again is coming through. You will not be robbed by this. This person will not rob you by shackling you to what would be the tradition. And that is as plain as it's going to get. The other thing that you might learn, that you might carry forward, is to be thankful for the things that you have in life, to be grateful for the assets that you have, and you know exactly what it is that's an asset. You will have the ability, especially with the Queen of Coins coming through as strongly as she did. In Tarotland, I will frequently say she's the one that turns the tumbleweed into the Christmas tree or knows exactly what is in her pantry. She's the one that knows how to make stone soup. She's the one that knows how to put together 3 to 5 different things and make it like shine, sparkle, dazzle. She knows how to clean up real good. She cleans up good. Yeah. She knows how to clean up real good and leverage this. This is something huge that's going on. That's what I've got for you. That is beautiful and bold, unexpected, surprising. And that is why. And so if you find that in this life, you're a little bit of a control meister and you like things on your own terms, that's okay. And you might have a little bit of, I wouldn't say a materialistic bent, but sometimes a worry if you're keeping up with the Joneses appropriately might creep in. And it feels like that might creep in more like a doubt because it was something that was necessary to be able to do, whether it's to keep up with the fashion, with the appearance, with the image. The image thing might vex you a little bit in this one, and you're learning to let go and release some of that. And I'm not sure why and where that comes from, but that's what's coming through. That's complete. Yeah, that's complete. Nano Dog Spirit. Yeah, it resonates so much. Good. Yeah, I get very surprised by past life, but I love them because, you know, when we think of past life and we think of history, the rules that we engage with in our life, whatever it has been, whether you're, 20 or 40 or 50. Society's rules evolve and change, but some of the ways we play the game carry over, and some of those lessons carry over. So it's always beautiful to see. It's always beautiful to see. Let me get some water and we'll get on to Janelle's read. That was surprising, and it was like boom, liquid fire, boom, liquid fire, boom, liquid fire. There's been times when it's been like I'm in the archetypes and I'm looking. I don't think I remember so much well, yes, I actually do remember, but it's not as often that the letters it's almost like they're illuminated, lit up bigger than what they are on the physical card. Is poof, like in Psych when they used to highlight the stupid pineapple. Yeah, that's what that's like. Janelle, can it be career focused? We can see what's going on. Thank you for asking that, Janelle. We're looking. The year ahead, I generally don't take a specific question, but we can keep our eyes open and see if that comes, okay? So that's no problem. We can do that. So we will see. Love that show. Yeah, that was a fun show. I loved Psych. Okay, we're going to go into Janelle's. We're going into the Tarot Illuminati, as in illuminated. So don't get your knickers in a twist from the words that are used. I've got 3 decks of this, and this is where I want to go. All right. We're going here first, and we're going to aim this down so you guys can see. Hopefully this is going to go down so you guys can see. Tarot Illuminati for Janelle. Now this deck is by the same one that did Tarot Apocalypsis, and the guidebooks on these are phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's, I think, Kim Hughes that did this deck. Phenomenal. All right. These want another shuffle. Okay. Cards want what the cards want. There's something coming through with the word appetite and lust. That also would to do with ambition. We'll see how it comes through. Yeah, it's going to tell you some things about money going forward and how you honor self-care, how you honor what you need to do, how you need to retreat and pull back. This is also how you need to define boundaries, how to survive something and move forward in a different direction. I want something else on this. We'll see one more on this before we get going into the mix, and it's right there. It's stiff as it can be. King of Wands, how you take the lead. Ooh, powerhouse cards coming through. All right, hang on. We'll move these out of the way. Too many cards in the way. Too many cards in the way. All right. So what we got here, guys, what we're seeing. Ace of Pentacles. This is you in the situation before we get the year going around. When to retreat and when to really, really be the ambitious leader that motivates everybody. There's a balance issue coming up. It'll be in the cards. I'm sure of it. As sure as I'm sitting here, it'll be in the cards. We'll see this coming through. But this is the lesson, the core lesson for the year ahead. Let's take a look. We're going to use these ones because they're smaller, and then we'll clarify with these big ones in just a minute. Just because of the desk space, and I want you to be able to see. So we'll see what's going on, okay? Here we go. We're going to start July here. Here we go. Hopefully you can see it well. Let's see what's going on. Hopefully. All right. July, August, September. What's up? July, August, September, October. July, August, September, October. There's a gap here. We're filling that in right now. Between September and October, I'm not sure what this is about. Okay. July, August, September, clarifier, October. It's like we're getting a shift this way. Okay. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. This is why. Okay. We want more information to clarify here as we're going into July. We want a clarifier. We're going to get one in September, and we'll see where else it comes through. Hang on. It's not going to be straight up December. It's more towards January. The year ends late for you. Your January, your new year starts a little bit late for you. Whoa, Nelly. Okay, these are coming up. This is what's going on at the end of December into January. A little bit of whoa, Nelly energy coming up. Let's see what's going on. Okay, let's see what's going on. We have, a little bit of heartache between now and July. Now, we don't have many days left before July starts. So the end of June, whatever the hard lesson, the heartache lesson, what feels like you you don't want to let go of. When we see this and somebody says third party betrayal, it's one of the fucking laziest ways to read this card ever, because there's so many more kinds of heartaches than we would know. And sometimes our own betrayal of self is bigger than what we would imagine. This is something you're going to have to change your way you're thinking about in order to bring this Princess of Pentacles in. Now look, she's the clarifier over here in September. There's something that you left undone in June that you're going to do between September and October. There's something that is independence that needs to be there, and that you were hesitant in June, hesitant to take on, hesitant to act differently. Don't beat yourself up over this. In June, if you thought you should have done this or should have done that, well, June's about fucking gone. Start where you're at now, okay? We've got the Princess of Cups. Get creative about what it is you want to do. You'll move through this. This is June, July, right? August right here. You're walking away from what didn't serve. Sometimes it takes more than 1 or 2 serving of something we don't like. This guy waits for 8 servings of something that he no longer wants, and he moves away from it. Sometimes it takes that long. This is coming up in August. This is when you will be walking towards something differently. In September energy, you're bringing up the 9 of Cups. This is really interesting. The princess is choosing to create something different, but she has to evaluate it differently. Usually you see this as the page. They go to the water, and rather than getting just the cup of water, they get the stinky fish tea, and they're like, hey, I didn't ask for that. I didn't want that. There's something more creative in here than you would suspect in July, and you're going to recognize it in September. It's going to help you become more independent, more independently minded, and you're going to have to take the lead. So you can enjoy some of your summer, but don't be fucking lazy. Don't be resting on your laurels. Go towards, get more clear, go towards what it is you want, what is designed for you, what feels right to you, what feels like, okay, if I'm going to have my wishes and my aspirations and have things that actually satisfy me, you're going to have to go for something that isn't here. It's missing, you see. There's something missing from here. Between the 8 and the 9 is the 1 cup, and it's this 1 that seemed like it was something you wanted to avoid earlier on. The very avoidance of it, the emotional avoidance of a thing, is what causes the heartache, but what also, when you take it on, brings you more independence. This isn't telling you straight up money, 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 money. It's telling you your emotions are tied in here. Big, the way you have your emotional belief system about the value of money, and when you want to retreat or hide versus taking the lead, you're going to have to take the lead stronger over here. 4 cups. This one can sometimes be so in their own head that they aren't seeing what's being offered. They aren't seeing the new gift. Between September and October, you're being offered, again, the stinky fish tea. Let's look for a clarifier on this. What is this emotional thing that you don't want to do, that you want the offering for, but you've been putting off, putting off, putting off? What is this about? Gosh. I don't know what it is. It's the emotional thing, but it's big. I don't know if you're wanting to partner. I don't know if this is a dream that you've been emotionally connected to and you've been a chicken shit about. I don't know what this is, but it's big. It's big, 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 big emotion. This is the big cup being offered here. It's the very one that's here that was missing from here that needs to go forward here. Until, okay. Look at this so I can look at you for a minute. Until you emotionally connect with what it is that makes it worth it to get paid for that. They could pay you $1 bajillion to shovel shit for the rest of your life, and you'd say, fuck you, I'm not doing it. So whatever you're doing feels that unsatisfying to you. It's not enough of a reward to continue doing what you're doing in the manner that you're doing it. You need to have some emotional zhuzh about it. If you don't have emotional excitement about it, if you don't have passion for it, if it doesn't inspire you, it's not going to inspire other people to do it. It's not going to inspire other people to follow you, to see what you're doing, to even be interested in what you're doing. If you're feeling flat, bored, apathetic, meh, not that into it. And the universe is saying, hey, look again, look again. What is it you need to reignite your passion about? This is a challenge all year. What is it emotionally that's grown a little stale that you need to look at? Because you're being asked to look at it strongly, strongly, strongly. All right, now going back to the cards, going back down, okay? Going back down, let me flip this here. All right. So the alchemist is in the house. You already have the tools. If you already have the skills, whether you're already a chef, whether you're already a knitter, whether you're already great at decorating, whether you're already good at digging ditches or plumbing or anything else, you already have the skill set somewhat pretty much composed. There's something else all through here that emotionally you're being a chicken shit. I don't know how to say it nicely, so I don't. You're being a chicken about owning the emotion about what you need to do to move forward. And the skills that you want to avoid or the thing that you don't want to learn, you can learn. You have the ability to learn. You've just been putting it off and procrastinating. I don't know how to put it any plainer than that. And that's what's coming through. This we have October, November, December, right? November, you're learning how to tune into the magic again. And you should be. And you're alchemizing and you're figuring it out. Now, understand, when you see the magician as the alchemist, he's got all the tools. When we talk about temperance cards, she also transmute and alchemizes. She balances the flow, which is what's not quite balanced here because you've been refusing to see something and let the emotions power something up, power something through, move something through that requires a huge amount of independence. Okay? December. 5 of Wands. Compete and compare and competition and conflict and strife. Now, December. You might have a lot of pull on your finances, your resources, and your money. It's Christmas in USA. It's Christmas and there's a lot of things, holiday get-togethers, holiday travel, holiday gifts, blah, 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 all this shit that is pulling your attention and your resources. The resource that is really, really important to you more than even the dollars is the energetic currency. And it feels like in this particular time, something will be pulling this magic, trying to drain your energy, not just your wallet. So be very aware. It feels like energetic currency and a drain or a siphoning off. So be very aware of how you manage your time. And I am talking like maybe not immediately November 1st, but I would think by November 10th through probably January 10th, you need to be very aware. It's not that you have to have every minute micromanage, but you better be damn sure what you're doing with the time that it's worth it to you. Otherwise, you're going to feel fucking drained. That's what I'm getting here. Going into January. All right. In January, we have the Whoa Nelly, the death and transformation. Now, I love seeing this. This is one of my favorite cards. Why? Because of caterpillar butterfly analogy. Caterpillar goes and does this kind of thing. Cocoon time, right? Self-care, rest, rest, rest. Doesn't know that something essential is changing, is shifting, is learning to flow in a little more liquid state. Something it was attached to in the physical, very pragmatic state is changing. It's liquefying before it can get its wings, right? This is what's happening. This is what's happening in January for you. This came in between December and January. And I'm not sure what the January 10th is about, but this is the Whoa Nelly, what it's telling me in December time. You're going to want to speed things up. It might be like, not everybody's in love with Christmas all year long. It might be, you know what? I could be done with Christmas this year. I wish we wouldn't have to do Christmas this year. So you're done with Christmas by like, I don't know, maybe December 12th or something. And you're like, I'm over it. I'm done. This holiday season is just too much. Maybe too many people are getting mosquito-y, trying to get your time, your attention, your dollars, this, that. You're sick of the commercialization, whatever it is. You're just not feeling the love about this holiday get-together. And by the time January 10th comes, you're going to be ready to move forward. But you'll want January 10th to be there by the time it's like December 12th. You're like, it's not going to, the year isn't going to change that quickly. The year's going to end slower. It's going to feel like December lingers and lingers and lingers. November, December, January is going to feel powerhouse big, right? Bloated, big, overdone. This is what's going on with that. I don't know why. And it doesn't feel like it's big, ching, ching, money big. It feels like many people are putting demands, and you're like, enough. That's what's going on December, January for you. February, a little bit out in the cold. This is you're having to walk away from something that's conventional. You're having to go your own path, your own way, your own route. And this is a feeling of lack. Maybe you got a little bit too emotionally drained, energetically drained, or financially drained. This is why I'm cautioning you, because I'm seeing this. And this is not unusual at all for a February person to have this kind of an energy in February. But if your emotional energy is what's going to be totally, totally drained, you're going to feel alone, separated, on your own, in lack, poverty. It doesn't have to play out that way. I want to look for a clarifier on that one. Now, this one is the card that means literally financial poverty. But this also sometimes comes up in separation, divorce, whatever, separated from tradition, that kind of thing. Be aware, this particular winter season and holiday season is going to feel long. So if you're aware, prepare. This is the Illuminati Tarot. Okay, part of what's going to drain you is this goofy ass stuff where you're not getting an even trade. You're thinking of things through a sugar-coated lens. Start looking for what really is the truth of what happened during the holiday season. What really is the truth? Did you experience some joy, some highlights? Did you experience some emotional and experiences with family that you actually enjoyed? Was it really all that hard? Was it all it was supposed to be? Was it, you know, Tiny Tim at the table or Norman Rockwell and everything that's wrapped up on the Hallmark Channel? No. Don't even go into it with that expectation. It's going to be nutty if you do. This is saying, understand the value of friendship, understand the value of equal offerings, and it will help restore you in February. March is coming up. March comes up, you're cutting the shit. The Queen of Swords is the clarifier, and it's clarifying the Six of Swords. This is when you're leaving the rough waters for smooth. So the February energy, it's only going to be through February that it feels this way. You're going to get out of that hardship, out of that weird, funky space. Yeah, it feels like January is going to be its own kind of finally feels good. February is going to feel a little bit weird. By March, you're leaving the difficult, harsh situation, going to the smooth waters and suffering no fools. You're learning wisdom through here. You're learning the balance of how you retreat, take care of yourself, how you take enough space away, and then how you go in balls to the wall leadership and how that rewards you. This is the lesson. You need to be self-determinate. It doesn't mean you can't accept help or ask for help, but you're in charge of your damn life. Birth to death, who do you have but yourself for the whole time? You need to be self-determinate. Quit waiting around for somebody else to have their genius plan or their genius skill set. You don't have that kind of time. Nobody has that kind of luxury, man. If you want something and it's your heart's desire, you pursue it. I would love it if my daughter or my son was like, oh, Mom, we love tarot just as much as you do. I'm going to be right over and be tech savvy and help you out. You've seen my tech skills. I show up anyway. I would love it if somebody that was genius, if I had a producer that came in. It's like, I need a producer. I am the producer. You need to be self-determinate. That's what's coming through in March. April. Now, April is really interesting and exciting. Three of Cups, celebrating. There is something you got out of that bumpy water situation to something that really serves you better. This is huge, huge, huge. I don't know if you're getting a glare on this, but this is huge. Celebrate, celebrate, and understanding where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated, where you're celebrated. Understanding now that you've put your energy into the right places, into the right resources, and into the spaces and places that appreciate and elevate you. Six of Wands, huge, huge, huge victory. Huge, elevates you. The circle you surround yourself with and the way that you marshal and gather your wits, gather your ambition, and gather your desires together helps you rise above and is recognized and seen. Now, this is in April. We've got May, June coming up. Something that you've longed for a long time. We saw the Six of Cups, the sugar coating on something earlier. We're seeing the two right here. Now, this does feel like love and romance. It doesn't always. Sometimes it's perfect business partner. This feels like a romantic balance that comes into it, and I love this. So if love and relationship and all of that is kind of weird and fraught or difficult or non-existent, don't sweat it right now. Follow your heart's desire, because the other will come back into balance, and it feels like this is coming back into balance next May. That's a long time to wait for love to be perfectly balanced, perfectly balanced. We go through seasons, we go through cycles, we go through learnings. We look through this, and we look through your year ahead specifically, asking about finances before I laid even a single card, which brought this. This is going to be where your focus needs to be. It needs to be about the money, ambition, the tangible ambition, and when you rest. That's what it needs to be about, and how you do it independently. It brings us back to that June card that you really start learning about in September. Is there anything else she needs to know by then? Oh, hang on, hang on. It's not these, it's over here. It's this. The Emperor. No wonder it's the Emperor. Okay. Who do I always say is the closest to the Emperor in tarot in my mind? It's always the King of Wands. It's always the King of Wands. It's insistent and ambitious. The fiery, fiery one. The Emperor is asking you to show up for yourself, to balance the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Don't be so receptive and waiting that you don't take your own initiative. You must take your own independent initiative this year. You must. Nobody's going to come in and put your dreams on a platter for you and serve it up and like, here you go, Trella, here's Amazon of your particular dream. Not happening. But you can tell the universe, this is what I want in my dream. I might get to it a little screwy, but this is what I really want to do. If you want to really be like master of the hot air balloons, then you got to go investigate, learn about it, learn how to do it, learn how to do it. This is the time for you to do exactly that. The Emperor and the King of Wands are standing strong in this. Super, super strong. This is way important for you. Way, way, way. You are learning to shift out of a space of King of Wands, where you're learning how to lead, to be the Emperor, who is the king of all the kings. That's what's going on. That's complete. Holy smokes. That is amazing. Amazing. Love it. Love it for you. Wow. Yeah, I need some water, but wow. I love this. And you can ask about the year ahead. Sometimes you're going to get the challenges. Remember some of these little mile marker points. Also remember, it's meant as a heads up. It's not meant as, okay, she said winter's going to be hard, so I'm going to have to suffer. No. Learn from what the cards are revealing and showing you, and learn how to take your agency, your choice, and your control in order to make it better, and then you can navigate better. So that's what I've got. Yeah, and this is Kim Hughes Tarot Illuminati, and it's beautiful, and I have 3 of them. It is beautiful, and she's the same one that did Tarot Apocalypsis, and her guidebooks are amazing. Gorgeous, 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 amazing, just so you know. So, all right. Definitely worth the deck to get this one, for sure. If you don't own it, it's worth getting. It's a very, very beautiful, beautiful art. All right. It ties beautifully. Oh, good, 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 good. So glad. So, so glad. Okay. Change in July. Okay. So, Lola, I've got part of your information. I'm going to check and see if we're doing a mini or a full or what kind of read we're doing, because I'm not seeing it just yet. And if I don't see it, just you can refresh it and remind me. I'm not seeing it. All right. I'm not going to worry about the technical. It's a full for the change in July for Lola. Okay. Do you want to get more specific? I'm not saying you have to, but if it's about love or if it's about money, there's no reason not to get specific. And sometimes with my family and friends particularly, they don't want to ask too specific. But if you've been on the channel, you know if you give me something that's specific, she's going to get nosy down that avenue. So it might save a little bit of time, but whatever you want to do. So that's just A-okay with me. I'm not here to tell you that your stuff needs to be all on the laundry line for the whole world if you're not feeling that way. Housing. Okay, you got it. Oh, okay. Yay. All right. We're going to Poppy Palin's Everyday Enchantment. And you know this is one that if you're moving, that kind of thing, change in July. Let's see where else we're going. Yeah, okay, we're going to Weird World. I don't know why we're doing this, but this is where we're going. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's see what's going on. I just want to see 7 cards, overarching energy for this initial throw into here about what changes we're seeing in July. And then we're going to go into Weird World. And I have at least 2 copies of Weird World. I only have 1 copy of this. I might need to get a second one. But this is one of my favorites that calls me. And the art is just so amazing. It's modern art, but it's beautiful, amazing, fabulous. Okay, changes in July regarding housing for Lola. Let's see what's going on. Show us what we're up against. Show us what we're seeing. And these are big. I trimmed these down and I did the deck mod and inked the edges, and these are big, big cards. Okay, all right. 1, 2, 3. Not yet, honey, not yet. 4, 5, 6, 7. Not yet. The change in the housing isn't coming in July. It's not happening yet. Yeah, not yet, not yet. This is giving me a little bit of anxiety. There will be a time to move on, but it's not yet, not yet. The pain point that you are enduring is still being endured right now. The Empress is here, still doing the job, taking care of everybody and their damn dog. You aren't getting reprieve yet. If you're feeling like, when am I going to get to move? Have I been sentenced to jail? Like, am I going to live here forever? Am I going to be stuck in this damn apartment forever? I would ask myself. You might be stuck in it a little bit longer. It is not the change in housing yet. The pain point hasn't felt like to the 10 yet. The Empress is still having to manage things. The Hierophant is wanting to give the keys. It's not coming yet. We're getting a 3. We're getting a 3. We're going to investigate this 3. Hermit comes up. 3 months. July, August, September. Yeah. September is more likely. Just before September, end of August, this is when more access is going to be granted. More ability to move. Look at it then and see if it really makes sense or if it's going to create too much of a pain point. And by that, I mean, it's not worth it to move. If it's going to cost you so much more that you don't get to live anything, to be house rich and cash poor does not serve, right? So if you have your rent or your mortgage or something so high that you're going to be eating beans for an entire year, don't set yourself into that. Be aware. You're going to have more information in August. Now, what else do we see coming up? You asked about July. This is the straight up July, not yet. We're going to get nosier on this. There is something karmically in the works. What I can tell you is the plan in the works is better than the one that you're trying to come up with and create. And that's such a big trust thing to ask. Nobody likes to hear that. Nobody likes to hear, hang in there. There's got to be something. Just keep hanging in there. I didn't like hearing that. Are you kidding me? It seemed like everybody and my dog was moving and moving on and getting a house and getting to do this and that. And here I was stuck. July, you better believe you're stuck. Stay stuck. Let the universe do the divine thing that's better than you can imagine. Then here we have Ace of Coins coming in. New opportunity, new growth, new plans, new development, new money. Sometimes this is a literal promotion on the job front. And you can't always see that coming. You don't always see that coming. Sometimes people get themselves promoted from one job to another because they get, like a company, like Phil's company went out of business. Hang on. Let me put this, doing the puzzle piece. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, that was the puzzle piece. I was saying sometimes you get a promotion because a company goes out of business. Now, this is what happened with Phil. But this doesn't feel like a tower. This just shows a straight promotion. There's more money to make a better decision, to get yourself in a better situation later. It just feels so damn clear. I don't know how to explain it any better. Then come on, let's go do this. This is the Page of Coins, going to be the Batman, inviting you along, inviting you for the extra experience. Now let's see what else is going on in Weird World. Because you asked about July, but this instantly laid out further than July. Let's look at some of what's going on in July for you since you asked. I don't think you're switching your housing. I think you're tolerating your housing in July. And that's fucking a hot month to tolerate. If your AC is shitty, if you're crowded, if there's not enough space, one thing you can do is get rid of your shit that's too much shit, which is hard to do if you are raised in a society where you buy more or order from Amazon or get more. Sometimes it's hard to let go of things, but this is something that would be helpful. Make sure the space that you're in serves you well. It doesn't feel like the housing is shifting in July at all. It feels like you're having better access to better information in August, and September feels a little more pivotal. So we're going to look a little bit in July here, and then I'm going to snoop into August, September, just because I feel that. That's where the energy feels more likely. So let's see what's going on in July. What do you need to know about July? Because a lot of this has already been answered, but you got to get nosy, man. You got to get nosy if you're me. Because this is not fun for July, and this is not fun for the July. This is having a lot that you're receptive about and taking care of. You're going to have the strength. August is still coming in quite strong. The Queen of Swords says you're going to cut the shit. You're going to cut things. You're making cuts. You're making decisions. You're getting rid of the unimportant, unessential things about it. You're boiling it down to the bones is what I'm getting. Why am I getting that? Like, yeah, okay, I'm giving you this. Boiling it down to the bones. I'm getting a stock pot where you throw the meat and it's on the bone and you boil it so long that the meat falls off the bone. It's an old-fashioned metaphor, but it is. You're boiling it down to the bones. What is the unnecessary you're getting rid of? And when you get, I know it's a different cooking thing. I've never boiled anything to the bones like that. Whatever it is, the bones are more important. Boiling it down to the bones. Whatever it is important. When it gets to a certain point, this stuff just falls off. So the stuff that needs to fall away needs to be allowed to fall away. The excess, the stuff that is not necessary needs to be separated out, needs to be sorted, separated, and shifted. This is what's going on. This is what's going on from now through till August. I'm getting the August reminder here again. And then this waiting card. It's like you've put in the order and you're waiting for the universe to bring it. You still have to wait. You can see it on the horizon. It is closer than what it was, but it feels like forever stuck. Let me see if I can get that so there's less glare for you. But look, he's not in a bad position. There is wisdom around it. If you see these three heads around, these come through very much. This is the Weird World Tarot, but it comes through and very much feels like guides, ancestors, angels, protective from the other side, protective from the non-earth realm that's trying to help line things up is what it feels like. Forces and the fates at play, trying to get you positioned well to do what you need to do. Your time frame is wrong. I don't know how to say that any plainer. Your time frame feels off. The desire and the excitement about it feels right, but the time frame feels off. So as a result, you feel impatient and stuck. Two of Swords. One is not as good as the other. You're blind to a certain decision in July. It's like your emotion is actually causing your logic to not be making sense to you. You can't see why. You can't know why. Sometimes we think, well, I should be able to know why. Not always the case. There are too many variables at play, too many people, too many motherfuckers on the planet for us to know everything all the time. None of us get to know everything all the time. None of us get the ultimate cheat code that we get to know this, that, the other is automatically happening. On our way we go, easy peasy. And you're certainly not going to get that right now. One might look as good as the other, and if it's still looking as good as the other, it's not time to make the decision. If it's like, well, this could be good or this could be good. Yeah, and you're not emotionally in on either of them. The emotional of, you don't make the choice. Wait a little longer. You are at the crossroads, and I am saying, because this is representative of July and everything coming through, it's not the time yet. Calm the fuck down is what I'm saying. 9 of Wands, defend, defend, defend. Now this feels like stubbornness and dug in. We see this in traditional tarot as the wounded soldier who's been through the battles, and still standing. And that's how it's going to be by end of July. You're still standing strong. You still know what you want. You're still holding on. All right, what's coming up? We're going to look in Weird World. Same deck, second deck, okay? Same deck, second deck. Edges are different, okay? We wanted to look at August, September, because that's when the energy feels like it's shifting to me. That's what I'm feeling. And I would love to be wrong and have everything happen sooner, but you asked me. This is what the cards are giving me. August, September, what do we need to know? Just real quick, what do we need to know? July, you're going to just have to be patient. And I hate telling you that, but that's the truth of it. And listen to your intuition a little more keenly and get rid of shit that you don't need to have. Get rid of extraneous demands that are put upon you. You don't need to be in this kind of energy anymore. All right. This is what you're moving on from in July. You're not physically moving houses in July. It's just not happening, I don't think. I would love to be so wrong on that because of my own impatience, I know. But let's look at August, September. Okay. 7 of Cups. There's a little bit of confusion, delusion, pie in the sky thinking. This feels like August into September. This feels like beginning of August. The Lovers, the choice is going to present in the right time. The contract of the soul, the contract of the universe, and when the choice comes in, this is coming in. I would feel like this is more like second week of August that you're going to see the choices. You're almost there, almost home, almost time to set the burden down. This is what's going on. Then the Two of Swords kicks in. Now you have the Two of Swords where one seemed as good as the other, and I said, yeah, sit on it, you have to wait. This is here. You'll know the difference between the two. You'll be able to see. You'll be able to set some options down. You won't have all the options. You'll know what is priority. You'll set some of it down. There will still be competition still in August. I want to see a little more in September as we're moving. This feels more like we're crowding into September this way, and I want to see. I wish I could get it a little bit more cut and dry for you, but I cannot. I'm telling you, September is the month that the sweet spot is there. September is the month that you celebrate. September is where you feel appreciated, celebrated, and where you're not feeling like you're tolerated. This is where you're lifting the glass and everybody's celebrating and congratulations and lifting a toast. This is what is going on. That's what's going on. That's what I've got for you. I hope that helps, but that's what's up. So that's what I've got for you, honey. So I know that's more than July, and that's a lot more than what you probably asked. But I do get nosy, and if I were in your shoes, I would be that nosy. Susan, hi. Haven't seen you in a bit either. Phil is actually on the road near, it's not Butte. It's a different one in Montana. I think Alicia is kind of near there. What is it called? I don't know. But, yeah, he's in Montana today. He's doing well. Yeah. Yeah, he's doing good. And I talked with him earlier. What was it called? Why can't I think of it? I can't always shift in the ways I want to. I'm getting the word Brillo, and there is no Brillo, Montana. But it's like got a B and a couple L's or something. I don't know what that's called in Montana. But okay, that's where we're at. Billings. Yes, that's it, Kim. That's right. Brillo, Billings, whatever. Like, okay. Sometimes the brain cannot multitask everything. So that's what we got. All right. Yeah, Lola, don't sweat it. If you have to wait, the universe always has it more geniusly figured out than we do, because the universe is always conspiring for us. We just get impatient and doubting, and we think, oh my God, when is this ever going to happen? The universe knows. We've got squads of angels and guides and all of this trying to help get us to different destination points and all of these things. And it's going to be good, but let it unfold. And that's one of the hardest asks to ask someone, especially during the hot summer when you just want to fucking move, or get different housing or get more comfortable. And July doesn't feel like it's going to give you more comfortable. Yeah, I was close. You always enjoy the lives. Good, good. I always enjoy the lives. They're always fun to do the readings and see what's coming through. All right, I'm going to shift these cards, get some water, and then Kim, if you tell me if anyone's on the list or who's next, that would be great. Let's move this tray forward and this tray back. Okay, 1 second. Okay, put these here. Okay, list is clear. Okay, let me get some water, and then maybe we'll do a collective. Okay. Yes, Chad, Gogs is in the house. You didn't ask, but Gogs wants to talk to you, Chad. No, Gogs is saying his turn. Okay, what do you want to tell us, Gogs? What's going on? Gogs is one of my guides. If you guys haven't been in before, Gogs is very old man cranky kind of guide. What's going on with you, buddy? He doesn't like the term buddy. He just laughs at me, thinks that's like a little kid. What's up? All right, where are we going? He wants me in on Lucy's deck, so that's where we're going. This is one that I very strongly associate with Lucy rather than Gogs. He wants this deck. This is the Mind's Eye Tarot. There's something. Okay, there's something about how we see things that are over the hill, how we see things differently, how we look at things differently. Now, recently, in one of the recent lives, he was talking about like a tunnel, but he's showing me if you have a far hill and you can't see over the hill, don't think that it's not there. He's asking for a extension of faith to come through, an extension of trust to come through, that what it is there in the mind's eye will come there. What else do you want to tell us? One of you is in a point of fear. One of you is in a point of fear about how difficult the thing is to end, how difficult the ending is or may be, how long you might have to wait to the point of pain, as mentioned per before, as mentioned in many cases. This point of pain is not all there is. You say, move on in this card. The sunrise comes again. Yes, of course. Trust it like the sun coming again. There is difficulty in this month for many. There is difficulty in this hot season for many. It is something we come through to the other side. There is fear. The fear short changes, swipes like the thief. Gogs, what are you talking about with that? Don't trade your days for worry. Okay. He's very much strongly showing me these ones as coming up. This is like the fear and the reluctance to move on, move towards a thing, or holding on to a pain point rather than moving on. Holding on to worry rather than moving on. It's almost as if this would be a 9, but it's not. It's the pain point he's talking about. It is not the 9. Okay, Gogs. It is not the 9. The fear of a change, the fear of an end, the fear of moving forward gets in your way. When people fear an end of something, they don't know what's on the other side of the hill, so they are afraid, yeah? It robs them. He's showing me, I'm getting the image of what we might have called a highwayman, the robbers that would hijack people, you know, in the times when before cars were invented, and they would come and they would be bandits or highwaymen that would rob people. This is how fear is. It comes in and swipes from you things that you could value in the day now. It's hot, uncomfortable, sweltering now. It's hot, uncomfortable, sweltering now. Don't let the rest of the day be robbed. Just because it's uncomfortable, just because it's hot, just because people are, don't let that rob you because you're afraid to go towards whatever comes next. Okay? Okay. Okay, I've caught up with you. Now where are you? Okay. You guys have seen me talk about Gogs's house, kind of how he is, and then we know about the tunnel. That goes this way. There's this hill over here, this hill over here. This is where he wants our focus to be. It's like big water. I don't know if it's lake or ocean, but beyond the hill is big water, big water. There's always big water. There's always big emotion about this. There's always big water, big water. We have Queen of Coins and Page of Pentacles. Queen of Coins is the practical one. There's always big water, big water. it's not just sitting and being reflective about the flow. It's taking what it is that is the blessing and is the gift. There's some that need to travel towards the big water, literally. Yeah. Some travel towards the big water, literally. Some travel before they cross water, literally. The big water, the big emotional growth lesson that is being required. And you can feel it when you're sweltering. You can feel it in the heat. You can feel the pressure. You can feel it. You are being called to do more. You know the gift you've been given very much. Yes, you know the gift you've been given. You know the gift you've been given very much. But you are called to step up, to step bigger, and to go towards the big water. You are called to step into it, to have the emotional and spiritual growth, not just the feeling of, oh no. The moon always controls the tides, yes, and the big water, yes. We're coming back to this now. He was talking and showing me about the sun rising, and how to trust into that. Trust in the lessons of the moon as well. Trust in the intuition, the lessons of the moon as well. Trust in the ebb and flow. Trust the tide goes in, the tide comes out, the tide goes in, the tide comes out. You don't just trust the sun. You also should be trusting the big water, the big ocean. This is what you trust, the ocean. Trust the flow. Yeah. Chad, if he's telling exactly how you're feeling, it's no surprise. Like Nell was bumped out of the way. You didn't ask for this. This was insisted on coming forward. So specifically, this might resonate with some others, but specifically to you, Chad, he's asking you to trust. He's asking you to have big faith right now. That beyond the hill, beyond whatever it is that you can see from your location, maybe it's out your window. And this could be literal, what you can see out your window. Beyond what you can see out your window is big emotional stuff, big emotional growth, and it's past and beyond the point of pain. There is the new sun coming in. There is also the big water coming in. Trust your spirit to be able to expand past the space that your body occupies. That's complete. Yeah, he's giving me the nod. That's complete. That's what I've got. That was beautiful. Holy cow. Gorgeous. All right. Yeah, he'll let that one be. That'll be. So that's what we've got. All right. So if anyone has any other questions, let me get some water. You're welcome, Chad. You're welcome, everyone. When Gogs gets insistent, Nell gets all like hyperactive over there, but Gogs gets insistent in a very stern, strong kind of way. There's something also, I'm not quite done, but it was Mo that passed the note, and she's putting Poker and the Gambler. And so it's like, sometimes the guides, I swear they all pass notes because it was Lucy's deck. They all want in on this for you. But Mo is passing the note that says Poker and the Gambler. And I think the Gambler, and I think Kenny Rogers' song, The Gambler. Yeah. It's worth a listen for you, Chad. I don't know if you're familiar with that one, but that's what's coming in. So I don't know what that's about, but okay. So, all right, if you guys have other questions, let me know. Yeah, I'm remembering some of those lyrics. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. This is a lesson in discernment also coming through. A lesson in what is in your hand. What is the blessing in your hand? Knowing, yes, exactly, Chad. Yeah, knowing the blessing in your hand. Knowing the hand you've got dealt and know the blessing that it is. Yeah. I think Mo thinks you know how to play poker, and so she's giving you this analogy and saying, yeah, you know the hand, you know how to play your cards well, and you know the lesson of discernment. So I don't know why that's coming in, but you guys, I never know why. It'd be nice if I listened to more modern music and could say, oh yeah, this is something that, Lady Gaga's sending through, or this is something that, whatever that other girl is, she kind of sings with a lot of vocal fry, but anyway, it's not Britney. It's the newer one, Billie Eilish, something like that. That one. I wish I knew more of those current songs, but I don't always find myself listening to the radio. So you guys get references that are just as old as I am, or way older. Sometimes we get references when lyrics drop and they might be 100 years old. I'm reading this and Mo is giving me a snarky look, like a snarky stern look. I think she knows that you know how to discern. I think she already knows you know how to do strip poker. Very funny. Okay, so if anybody else has any questions, great. If not, we'll probably let it sit and go do something different. But some of us are here for the old school references. Thank God for that, right? Yeah, yeah. You couldn't find the song Chrome, Zuri. Chrome. Ah, I barely even know. If you guys know the lyric, if you look up lyrics, Chrome, it's a really bass, booming voice. You might have to look up who has a really, maybe like, I'm thinking maybe like a Trace Atkins kind of voice might be it. I don't know. I can't Google off my phone here. Let me see if I can Google here. I'm trying to Google off my other iPad just to see if we can find that, because that's going to drive me nuts. Is Trace Atkins Chrome? That's the one that sounds like really low, low, low. If Kim says that's it, then that's got to be it. Okay, I do not listen to country very much. I think I've heard that song. If I've heard that song 3 times in my life, I'd be surprised. Now, my friend Zuki, that does my decorating, my friend Sarah, she does awesome. She likes country a lot. But we aren't always listening to country because we're just yakety yak, 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 you know, all the time with each other. Yeah, there's something solidly in there. So, yeah. It's most definitely Trace Atkins. I didn't even know. I thought his name was spelled differently entirely. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's great. Okay, is there anything else, guys, before we go? Because I'll go and get things handled and do things a little bit differently if we need to do that. I can feel the cords are a little bit rough today. So when the cords need rest, the cords need rest. So it might be a smarter thing to make time for the cords to rest, and then maybe Sunday or Monday we'd do that. You'd love a year reading? If you want to pay for a year reading, we'll do it for you, honey. That's the one you just saw, and it's usually the 12 months, at least 2 in the middle, sometimes 3 in the middle, and then clarifiers. So if you want to do that, let me swig some water, and I'll look for your payment. We'll do it, and that's $30. So let me get some water, though, because definitely the cords are like, blah. There is times that after the show, because I get so excited about what I'm talking about, then after the show, I have to do, like, vocal silence, and that is a challenge. It really is a challenge to sometimes be quiet. So, yeah. If you want to do that, I will look for, let me know if you want to pay. You did the year reading in March, and so far it's been spot on. Yeah, well, good. I don't always know what's going to come through, but hey, if it comes through, it comes through. So, no, if you want to do the year reading, that's great. If today isn't the day for that, that's okay too. Just let Kim know either way, and Kim, I'm going to knock back some water either way. Okay. Holy moly, so warm. So warm. The Singer spray is around some. Oh my gosh. My office is nuts, guys. Okay, so I have to tell you. Well, I should be quieter in telling this. So I got this kind of, Phil says I say the word wrong, a futon. And he said futon? Futon? I don't know. It's a futon. I know I say that word wrong, but okay. So I got this futon, and it's oval shaped. And I really loved it. And then I got this rectangular twin-size bed frame to go under it. And it wasn't until my butt was on there that it felt like, yeah, this isn't going to fly. So I got another one and stacked it right on top of it because it was lower to the ground than my old legs liked. So I got another one stacked on top of it. It looks a little bit like a birthday cake. And it was so much fun to do that. So everything in the upstairs land is in Crazy Land. And I don't know where my Singer spray is because I've been creating Crazy Land. But yeah, that's what's going on. Caitlin for the year ahead. Yeah, futon, right? Everybody says futon. It's not like wonton, but Phil says it kind of like wonton, but it's futon. Phil just laughs at me. He says I say that and think weird. And I've traveled different places, so sometimes you'll get a little bit of Jersey, sometimes you get a little bit of Southern. I don't know. I guess I just, in Anjanese, that's how you say futon. Futon. Yeah. And I think he says, You say it with a little bit extra length on the ah. So, all right, whatever. Okay. We're going to go to Caitlin's year ahead. Okay. Where are we looking? Where's your decks, Caitlin? No? We're going to the lights here, and I'm surprised, but we are going there. So this is where we're going. And we'll get 3. If we need the 4th one, we'll get the 4th. I don't think that we'll need that, but whatever. Okay. All right. So that's where we'll go for Caitlin's in just 1 second for the year ahead. Let me look. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this feels right. We're going to start with this small deck down at the center, and I'm going to lower the cards down. And I've got the blue edges and the yellow edges. Oh, excuse me, the blue and the red edges. The yellows are back there if we need them. Now, this one is the one that I really love quite a bit. People have seen this deck a lot, and it's just gorgeous. So if you're ever putting off getting this, I waited way too long to get this deck. I really, really did. But it's beautiful. So for Caitlin's year ahead, let's take a look at what's going on. It feels like very, very busy and very, very weighty. There's a lot going on in this year. There's a big pivot coming in this year. A lot going on, very weighty. Okay, all right. Yeah. What we're getting is the Queen of Wands is the energy that you're striving to get to and enjoy and be in a little bit more. And the 8 of Swords is kind of in your way and underfoot just a little bit. So hopefully you can see that pretty well. I'm trying to show that down and I'm recording it. The Queen of Wands is the energy you want to embody, but you're getting a little bit this 8 of Swords card of doubts or card of where you're in your head a little bit over much. Now let's see what's going on with this. We're going to start in July. I don't want to start in June. I want to start July. July, August, September. So December, January. We'll start July. Okay. What do we got going here? Wow. Okay. The metaphor that I get as I pull that big chunk of cards through. Have you ever had a hamburger or sandwich that is literally so tall, so big, you can't bite it? It's so big, you can't hardly get it smashed enough to take a good bite of it. This is what it's like. That's what this year feels like. You're taking a huge chunk of something. This is huge lessons to learn how to operate from the girl that's feeling stuck and trapped and in doubt and not seeing herself accurately, to go to the Queen of Wands and to be more and more in this Queen of Wands energy. It's like you've tasted it, you know how to do it, but you're still having trouble getting your way around it. So, all right, July, August, September, October, November. This is all shifting. July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Okay, all right, I want to flip this down so you can see this, and hopefully these aren't spread too far out, but I'm flipping it on the iPad. I'm flipping it right here. Okay, so here we are, Queen of Wands energy. Now we have July, August, September, October, November, December. July, star card. This is where we start. The hopes and dream and a healing needs to happen. This is like you're more comfortable with this energy of this Ace of Cups, you will return to it. But there's something balancing in here. It's very, very beautiful coming up. I have often said the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups make best friends, as do the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands, believe it or not. Even though it would seem like one would squelch the other's energy out, not so. The star learns how to balance where the water needs to go. Very similar to Temperance, but more healing is required. This is more of the emotional healing before you show up as the firebrand. This is what's going on in July. Take the time in July to honor the night sky, honor the stars, see what's going on, honor the healing that needs to happen. Anything else in July? You're getting a homework assignment for July. I don't know what this homework assignment is about. 3 times you need to be under the night sky, under the stars, in a way where it's quiet and still. 3 times you need to be under there, honoring what it is that you are not the caregiver, but you're okay to sparkle and shine. 3 times you need to be under the night sky and honoring this aspect of yourself. 3 Cups is telling me 3 times. 3 times under the stars, it doesn't get more plain. It does not get more plainly spoken than this. The cards are very good to me. And I have really, really learned to trust, to trust, to trust. This is also showing us the Big Dipper in this one. So if you get out under the sky and you look for the Big Dipper or look for the North Star and just focus on that, let your perspective come back to you, return to you again in July. 3 times you need to do this. It might be you that you don't get to do this till the weekends. It might be you do this. This won't be the 4th of July. I can tell you that's for fucking sure. 4th of July will be busy and full of fireworks and chaos and blah, blah, blah. No, it needs to be more peaceful. It doesn't need to be all loud fireworks and everything going off, being noise, being noise. You need 3 different times where there's stillness in the sky, where you can go out and really understand the woman that you are, the woman that you are becoming, and how you let this take the back seat and let this take the lead. Okay? All right. This is July. August, 10 of Swords. And this is very much walking away from something. The 10 of Swords is about endings and the points of pains. But in this deck, and this is the ones we chose for you specifically, it's walking away from what is the painful rendition, the painful version of who you thought yourself to be because you were told that. You're walking away from those limiting beliefs, the 8 swords of pain. You're walking away from somebody else labeling you as a certain thing or a certain box that you have. This is who I am, blah, blah, blah. I am this, I am this, I am this. You're walking away from some of those old labels. It's like stickers without adhesive. They won't stick on you. Some of those old labels, the old doubts, or I can't do this, I can't do that, or I only do this. This is my job in the family. This is my job in the world. This is my purpose. There's something else that you are walking away from. You've just simply outgrown it. I tell people all the time, if you've outgrown the shoes, you're not going to walk in them, right? This is definitely it. You're not meant to be forever rock bottom, rock bottom, rock bottom, or low on the totem pole. You will walk on, walk forward, and walk past. The point of pain has already been here long enough, and in August, you're learning to walk differently. So July, August, September, 6 of Cups, nostalgia. Wow. Nostalgia. Now, you always hear me talk about don't have the shit sandwich and don't sugarcoat things. Don't sugarcoat things. This is coming through with ancestral energy of the grandfathers. The grandfathers, not the grandmothers. What's going on with that? I want clarification. Knight of Wands. Okay. This is the Knight of Wands coming up. I'm going to shift this for just a minute so you can see. What's coming through as if the grandfather is talking to the grandchild who's a tomboy. That's an old phrase. It's not so much about the gender identity or blah, blah, blah. So let's just put that to the side for a minute. It's the one that would be like bringing worms to the house and be like, oh, look at this, Grandpa, I've got these worms. Or look, oh, look at this. And maybe everybody else is like, hey, no. This is somebody that's brave, ambitious, taking on things for themselves in a more fierce way. It's like you've been contained in a certain role that was not so much like the kid that would go get the worms out of the grass and be like, yes, let's do this. This one would go definitely get the worms out of the grass and be like, yeah, that's what we're going to do. It feels like you've got the grandfather's support for this younger version of yourself that was perhaps a little bit bolder and a little bit more ambitious might not be the right word, but adventurous feels like it's the right word in September. This is what's coming in. This is what's coming in. The grandfather energy, grandfather, I don't know how far back, wants to honor. There's no card that has a kid with worms, but that's what I'm getting. This energy here feels ancestral and is referencing the kid, the young kid that was a free spirit, wild free spirit, less contained, more fiery, more passionate, that would go get the worms out of sheer curiosity. That's what I've got going on. This is happening in September. This is beautiful energy. It's reacquainting yourself with yourself. It might sound a little redundant. I don't care if it does. You are reacquainting yourself with yourself. Okay, October, the Emperor's in the house. Now, this is very much pulling on this leadership aspect of the divine masculine for you and going forward in October in this way, really understanding and owning this a little bit more. Very, very supported and very contented. Ready to make new plans. Anything else on this one? Clearly walked away from this. Clearly different energy. Clearly walked away from this. This old version, old labels are no longer going to suit this kind of a person at all. There's so much more strength. And this is what's going on in October. You're really releasing this. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now, November, what's coming up? Let's go back down to the cards. Sorry. I got talking to you and forgot. Okay, down to the cards. This is what's coming up in November. Five of Swords. Did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing? And it's like almost adding insult to injury to do this. You might have hurt somebody's feelings by not being their version of you anymore. And you're going to care about it like a little bit. A little bit. Not a huge bit. A little bit. But there's release and freedom that needs to come. You've proven your point long enough. You've fulfilled whatever the contract, the expectation, the role, and the purpose of what kept you limited. You've fulfilled that already. Now you get to get over having the headache. You don't have to be the answer for everyone and everything all the time. You get to go towards what your spirit wants to do over here in this little section of the card right here. This is this, and she is he. More powerful than you thought. The battle is over, and the thinking and rehashing doesn't do any good, so don't put your brain back in the battlefield. Don't be trying to get small. Other people are going to be uncomfortable with boundaries that you have set in November. They're going to be highly uncomfortable with it, and tough shit for them, because you have been in their service, in their convenient service long enough in November. You have served long enough in what is convenient for them. And by October, you know you have to do what is right for you on your own terms and do what's right for you and give a shit more about you than how comfortable somebody else is. And that is the battle that you have to continue to fight. And it will cause a little bit of heartache and pain. I see it in the December card. It's right here in November. It's right here in December. But you cannot continue to betray yourself just for somebody else to be happy or convenient. You just can't. So it's not like you can ever be miserable enough to make somebody else feel happy. Happiness is the inside job we all have to do for ourselves. And if you're trying to placate or please somebody over and over and over, and it's just keeping you small, you can no longer stand to be small. You have to walk away from it. The grandpa is encouraging you to walk towards the wild spirit, to own your power again, to walk away from the pain. And this mental anguish will be here for a little bit. This betrayal, this is... In some readings, this would come up as, why did I stay so long in this situation? Or why did I buy into that version of this for so long? It's an overstaying of something that causes anguish to your heart, to your spirit. You can't go back into that either. Sometimes it's, why did I wait so long to stand up for myself? Why did it take so much shit from someone for so long when never did they have my best interest at heart? That's the energy coming off that card right there in December. It's going to be a little bit bittersweet. So this is what I've got going on. You're learning to stand your ground for yourself, and it is inconvenient for some and tough shit for them. You have done everything you can do to the best of your ability, and that is all any of us can do. Continue walking forward in the way that serves you to do the best you can with what you have, and then stand your ground. Look at the victory coming in January. Is there any? No, you don't need me going over these points of pain for you. You already know them because you knew them here. You don't need to review at the end of the year and think about, what didn't I get handled? What didn't I do? What didn't I do? If anything, get off your own case on this. Apply some grace towards self. Apply some forgiveness for not knowing how to do better. You did the best you could, right? Apply some of this, and it will release some of this doubt and release some of this limited thinking, and allow this presence to be fiery there, because you are balancing the divine masculine and feminine in a huge, huge way. Here we go. January energy coming up. I'm going to flip down to the cards again. January energy here. January energy here. This is the clarifier. This is the victory that you finally get from freeing yourself. January, you're free. It's new year, new start. It's epic in January. Clarity coming here. Clarity of mind, clarity of honor, clarity of the crown you wear and the way you think. Now, this usually looks like a spiral staircase or the spiral path, but this is like the woman that wears the crown of stubbornness. And what I'm getting is like ram's horn, Aries, this kind of curled horn ram, Aries, stubborn goat, ram, stubborn-headed about your crown, about your worth. It's exactly as it should be. No longer let anyone tell you to be in their box, in their version. No, you just You don't have it in you to do that any further. And you do have it in you to know how to wear your crown. And it is time to do and insist on this. And more illumination and more clarity comes through when you do. This card, I don't think it's ever come through as ram's horn to me. It makes sense it comes through, given the Emperor over here. It makes sense it comes through in that way. That's January. February, Ace of Wands. New ambitions, new desires, new thinking. This is to do with family and career and work. And this feels like a passion project that's career-oriented in February coming through. Like on fire about a new passion. Understanding fully your own sense of what it is you want to do as the Queen of Wands. And then people are very much always coming to the Queen of Wands. She's super, super magnetic, dynamic, attractive. People come to, but they're not going to come through bringing high drama and problems to solve like they would for the Queen of Cups, right? They're not coming through in that way. They're coming through in the way of, here's an idea, here's a solution. They're actually bringing things you want to be in reception of. You keep your crown on. Make the decisions that are your decisions, okay? Queen of Coins right here. Queen of Coins here. She knows her value. She knows her worth. And it's finally something she sits comfortably in. And look at her horns. Very, very dialed in, tuned in, doing what's right for her, knowing her value and her worth. This is in March. Anything else Queen of Cups needs to know? Excuse me, Queen of Coins needs to know. Honoring this fiery, fiery energy in you is your strength, and it is your asset right now. This is the card of Leo, the card of August. We looked in August, what was happening. You walked away from something. This is the card, and we've got Aries coming in, the Aries energy all over the place on this Ace of Swords. That's not usually what comes in on that. That usually comes in for the Emperor. So these are some of the key months that you need to pay attention to. So I would pay attention to August. October, I would pay attention to the new clarity of thought in January, your new sense of purpose in February. Then in March, owning it, and following the gentle nudge and owning your own strength and power. That's March. April, we're looking at this. It's like you finally get to drain that tub of water, the tub of doubt, that like you wouldn't hang on to dirty bath water and be like, yeah, I think I'm going to, do my laundry in there and everything's going to come out great and dandy. No. So whatever is this distorted water, you finally get to like pull the plug from the bathtub and let it just drain and let it be gone and let it go. It's finally, it's gone. This energy here, the repeats here, is what you're grappling with all year. This is the energy you are stepping into and becoming. And I told you that right when we set them down. It's evident in the cards. It's evident. It's evident. It feels like in April, that's when the release of all that bathwater goes. And in May, here we are, strong, independent, making announcements, hugely, hugely excited about whatever is going on that's new. Whatever it is, huge, huge messaging, pride, strength. This is like not, well, I shouldn't go get the worms out of the garden. It's this little kid saying, like, look at this worm I found. Isn't it magnificent? Look at this, everybody. Calling attention to this in a huge way. Huge, that's what we've got. Now we're back to June here. June, this Ace of Cups. And let's see what else comes and crosses June once more. The emotional gift that surprises you, that will delight your heart, that will surprise you. You will recognize this. It will be so diminished, so gone, so upside down of who you are. You won't even know how you stayed in this energy that long. And this final release feels really good. And in June, you'll see like a new emotional, this is a cup of water, cup of fluid. This is looking into this bathtub of fluid. This is what it is. You're going to see it. You won't even recognize. You will be transformed is the word that I'm getting. This is no longer looking up with this face of doubt or wondering. You will know, they have that phrase, I think it was Virginia Slims, you've come a long way, baby. Cigarette company from the past. But they were honoring how far people had come. The phrase, you've come a long way, baby, basically is saying to you, you will understand how far you've actually come in the last year. And it's really, really beautiful energy. You're going to have to fight for it, be more aggressive about it. And then as the year progresses, you're more and more receptive to owning your own power. This is what's going on for you. You're letting go of this old box that somebody had for you. And it's not always easy to do. If everybody in the family is saying you need to do this role or be that role or believe this set of beliefs, and you're like, yeah, that just doesn't work for me. I can't buy into it anymore. I can't buy that set of beliefs. Or I can't, you guys can all be dentists, but I don't want to be a dentist. it's going to be painful to be a little bit separated from what that is. Don't let that stand in your way. You were never meant to just be this version. You were always meant to be far bigger than that, and always meant to be setting up your own rules and your own terms. That's what I've got. That's complete, and that's beautiful. Holy smokes. Yes. Yes, you will be very, very grounded, and you will understand your power and your strength next year. And it's going to be a little bit of difficult in the winter season for you, but huge big by next spring. Holy cow. So pay attention to the months that I've told you. That is gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Gorgeous. You are so, so welcome, honey. So, so welcome. And I've recorded this, and I will upload it. So it will be the replay, and so you can look at it if you want later. But that's what's going on. This is the Light Seers Tarot, and it's gorgeous. No wonder I have 4 of these. I love it. And the other one that is like the Light Seers, the Wild Reflections, I think people are going to find that they love this one equally well. So if this one rings your bells a little bit more, I would say get it. It's doing a great special right now. Okay, so Zuri, some people do things to prepare their cards. Now you've seen, like, I've got a shit ton of cards. Do I always sage the cards? No. I tend to ink the edges of my cards. Like you can see these decks, same deck, second deck, I ink the edges. You do what is comfortable for you. Some people used to sleep with their cards under their pillow. If that works for you, great. It didn't help me sleep better. So what you do is, I would think if you've got new cards and you want to get familiar with the imagery, get familiar with the imagery. If there's some that jump out to you, don't just go to your default, which is like, for me, I'm a Virgo, so the Hermit card I'm always curious in. But go to the ones that you don't like also, and looking at them closely and like, how is this relating? So if you don't typically like the Tower or the Death card or whatever, you'll know which cards that you typically like or typically don't. And then go to the ones that maybe that you struggle with some of the meanings on them and look at those. Get those cards comfortable in your hands. And then if you want to really play a fun game, you can go into any of the old sitcoms, like you want to go Bewitched, you want to go Lucy, anything like that, and see if you can pull characters, start to pull characters from the cards. That's good. And then if you feel like saging them, if you feel like you got past the meet and greet with your deck or the intro with this deck, like some people will be like, what is this deck going to teach me? And they've had it in their hands all of 3 seconds, and it's like, okay, whatever. What is the personality of this deck? Whatever. If you want more time, you do it your way. But after you've had the basic kind of meet and greet with your deck, then start playing with them and just start enjoying the hell out of them. I can draw stick figures really, really well. I cannot draw the Queen of Pentacles like this in this gorgeous way. I wouldn't think in this way, but so much beauty is in them. So start enjoying them. When you're ready, you're like, okay, I've done my meet and greet. It's good. It's good. Let's go. Because they will be receptive. They will know that you bothered to take the time to do a meet and greet with your own deck, whatever that is. Some people used to call it interview the deck, whatever. You do it your way on your terms. And then if you want to do sage, or if you want to light a candle, or if you want to just say to Guardian Angel Ted, they're mine now. I'm ready. I'm ready for them. It's going to be honored. That's what I've got on that. So that's how I feel about that. So, okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to let you go. So I will see you